guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I figured I would share with you guys my favorite fall eyeshadow palettes. These are pretty much eyeshadow palettes that I love to use in the fall or year round, but the colors of the eyeshadow palette definitely scream fall to me because they create the best and prettiest fall eyeshadow looks. And I have a mixture of new eyeshadow palettes that I want to utilize this fall, but at the same time I have like my OG go-to eyeshadow palettes that I think you guys would love, and definitely I think you should check out. Don't have them in your collection. So if you guys want to see what these eyeshadow palettes are, then of course let's get started. Alright, so starting off, the first one is going to be no stranger to my channel because you guys have seen me use this eyeshadow palette in like my past videos like years ago. It's going to be the Taretlette Toasted eyeshadow palette, and you guys, I just think this eyeshadow palette is so pretty for fall. The colors in here, especially the shimmer shades in here, they're so pigmented. They're great in quality. They blend out really nicely, and I just think the shimmer shades in this palette definitely make this palette to me. The mattes in here aren't going to be like my favorite mattes besides like this one, and this one. The rest of them are just too light, but I feel like the shimmer shades and those three mattes pretty much make up the palette for me. And you get gorgeous packaging, which I think it's amazing, and it's also a plus. Let me go on and swatch like two shadows for you. And when I say these shadows are so smooth and silky in texture and they're super intense, look at that. Like the shimmers in here alone is what pretty much sold me this palette. And at first I was like, ooh, like these mattes in here are not going to work or flatter my skin tone. But again, the shimmers, if a palette have a good shimmer in it, I'm sold. Like I can always dive into other palettes to get like a matte eyeshadow if need be, but I feel like good shimmer shades are sometimes hard to come by, and I feel like if you don't have this eyeshadow palette, definitely check it out. I think it's so gorgeous and it's so beautiful for fall. So again, it's a Taretlette Toasted eyeshadow palette, and I think you guys will love it a lot, and it smells amazing. I've never noticed the smell before. It definitely smells good. So yeah, you can definitely check it out because Tarte still sells this eyeshadow palette. Next one is going to be by Bare Minerals. It's the Gen Nude Latte eyeshadow palette, and here is what this eyeshadow palette look like. It is a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. It's pretty small in terms of like traveling, but I kind of feel like if you have this eyeshadow palette, you don't need anything else in terms of like a nude, a gold, a bronze, because you pretty much have those colors right in this eyeshadow palette. And when I told you guys, if you watched that video, I told you that these shadows to me were the most like silkiest, butteriest texture I've ever felt for an eyeshadow, and it's super pigmented. Like look at that gold, and let me swatch that gold for you guys. Look at that gold right there. And I also use that gold as like my eyeshadow look, and I also use it as like my highlighter on my face, and I was pretty much just blown away by the pigmentation, the intensity, the blendability. Like it was just amazing. And let me swatch a matte, and here is that matte brown. Look at that matte, super intense. So I feel like Bare Minerals, they're pretty much slept on in terms of like a makeup brand because they have some true hidden gems in their like collection, and this eyeshadow palette is definitely one of them. I love the marble packaging. I think it's so cute, and I just think if I was traveling, I would honestly just take this eyeshadow palette and I would be good to go. You can honestly take this color called Spirit and just like put it like all over the lid as just like one eyeshadow look if you wanted to, or just of course create like a nice full-on soft glam look if you wanted to with the eyeshadow palette. So if you haven't tried it, pick it up. It's an amazing palette for an amazing price, and I think you guys will love it a lot. Alright, next one is going to be by Too Faced. It is the Just Peachy Matte eyeshadow palette. You guys should have known this was going to be in the video because the colors in here definitely scream fall. You guys know when you're in fall, the burgundies, like the browns, the peachy colors, they're pretty much the go-to colors for fall. And I feel like with this eyeshadow palette, you definitely get that. And it's an all matte eyeshadow palette. I can honestly create an all matte look with this eyeshadow palette, and I will love it a lot because the mattes in here are really pigmented and they're colors that's going to be intense and show up against like my skin tone. I don't really play with this like these two colors as much, but everything else I can pretty much play with. My favorite color is going to be Peach Sangria, which is that really pretty burgundy one. I have used that as like an olive lid color before, and that's it, and it looks so pretty, super intense, and it smells amazing. Let me go on and swatch that color for you. So here is Peach Sangria, and let me swatch it on my hand. All right, and here is Peach Sangria right here on my hand. And you can honestly use this palette as like a complementary palette to something else, because let's say the Taretlette palette doesn't have the best shimmer shades in my opinion. I can honestly use the one by Too Faced to almost create that full look if I wanted to. So definitely check this palette out. I think it's amazing, and it's definitely one of Too Faced like good eyeshadow palette. So it's all matte palette, really pretty for fall, super intense in pigment, and it's going to be a great addition to your collection if you love makeup, if you love to collect eyeshadows, and if you love warm tones eyeshadows. Definitely check it out. All right, I have one more palette that's going to be a high-end palette, and the next two is going to be, or the next three is going to be an affordable eyeshadow palette. This is going to be the Sephora Pro eyeshadow palette, and when I say this palette is so freaking heavy, I don't think they have this one anymore because they have the newer ones that just came out. But here is the Sephora Pro eyeshadow palette. You guys, this palette is so freaking beautiful. The colors in here are so intense. They blend out really nicely, and Sephora did an awesome job with this eyeshadow palette. I was even like surprised because I didn't know they can create products like this. I will say you get a lot of kickback and fallout with this eyeshadow palette, but I don't care because the intensity and the pigment is there, so it pretty much makes it worth the while for it to just fall out everywhere. Like, I don't even care. This is going to be the warm eyeshadow palette because you guys know I love warm eyeshadows. And I did create a look on my channel. I want to say it was 2 years ago with this eyeshadow palette. So again, I will have all the videos where I have used any of these eyeshadow palettes in my description box, so you guys can actually see these eyeshadow palettes in action, so you can determine if you want to buy them or not, because they're quite expensive for the higher end palettes. So let me go on and swatch. Like, when I say it is so silky and buttery to the touch, look at this one right here. It's so freaking pretty. Oh my god, like, look at that freaking color down there. So pretty. So again, it's a Sephora Pro warm eyeshadow palette, and I honestly feel like if you have this eyeshadow palette, you don't need any other palette if you love a warm tone eyeshadow palettes, because you have your browns, you have your golds. They do give you like that really pretty like purpley color. You even have a yellow color, so I kind of feel like you don't need any other palette, but it's definitely worth it. And you also get a black, which is right down here. You guys know to create that nice fall look, you gotta have that nice black to just throw into that outer V. So yeah, it's a Sephora Pro, and again, they have their newest ones. I don't have the newer ones because I already have that one, but definitely check it out. And talking about the Sephora Pro, I do have the one by Profusion. It's the dupes. To me, it's the one called Siennas, which I've showed you guys in like a couple of videos already. But I kind of feel like if you don't want to spend the money for the Sephora Pro, get the Siennas eyeshadow palette. It doesn't have the exact same colors because you do get more colors in the Sephora Pro, but it's really close in consistency. And again, I share with you guys this palette plenty of times on my channel, but I wanted to include it because I will be utilizing this palette a lot in the fall, because I do want to get more use out of it. And I think the colors in here are so pretty. They scream fall. They're super great in price, and it's affordable. And you guys know I love to share with you guys affordable products, so I am going to be using this product a lot more this fall because it's definitely a fall eyeshadow palette. And the last two eyeshadow palettes that I want to utilize, and I feel like a great fall eyeshadow palettes, it's going to be the Makeup Revolution Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette. I just hauled this one for you guys a while back, and I told you guys the colors in here are definitely like fall colors for a eyeshadow palette. And I kind of feel like, again, it's a drugstore product where you do get your go-to fall colors, your browns, your golds, your black, and that black is an actual good black, surprisingly. So I do want to get more use of this eyeshadow palette in the fall, and I kind of feel like if you don't want to get any of their higher end palettes, definitely check out this one because it's a great drugstore affordable product. And you guys know Makeup Revolution, their eyeshadow palettes like these are just amazing. And I kind of feel like for the price, you're getting a good quality product. Look at that gold. So freaking pretty. Do you guys see that right there? Really pretty. All right, and then the last one is going to be by Milani. Is the Most Loved Matte eyeshadow palette. I wanted to show you guys this one because if you don't want to get the Too Faced one, definitely get this one. It's an all matte eyeshadow palette. And I told you guys the mattes in here are really pretty, super pigmented. Like these two columns right here are definitely like your warm tone eyeshadows. And of course you have your really pretty brown color down here in the corner and a nice mirror on top. So again, I just kind of feel like you don't have to go high end to get that nice, pretty warm, smoky fall eyeshadow look, because I've shared with you guys 3 great affordable products that's also drugstore that have the same pretty colors as the higher end one, but in a more an affordable price point. So again, it's the Milani Most Loved Matte. I had this before last fall, and I will definitely be using it again this fall because I love it a lot. So yeah, you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know like what's your go-to fall eyeshadow palette. I would love to know because you guys know I love warm tone eyeshadows, and any kind of palette that have like browns or golds in it, I'm all about it. So let me know in the comment section down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.